really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known would have kept me from the one I had today. Everywhere I could have ended up just like that broken road with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve.
Okay, good morning, how you doing? This is 1100 WSGI. I'm Utah LaVern, and this is one street over, and oh, did you feel that Christmas in the air? My goodness, that crisp, cool, fall-like feel. Oh, so excited. I'm so excited. Of course, now we all just want to kind of hang on to this and not take on the cold. I think about my friend Amy Corbin, who does not like cold weather, and she's just like, I want the heat. We'll talk about Amy here in a minute, but we've got a guest in studio. Danny Castro is here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
I am so excited to have you here. Are you the uncle or cousin?
I'm uncle. Yes, uncle.
You're John's uncle. John Cohey's uncle. And if y'all remember John, he was one of my students at Greenbrier, and he was in here, right at the end of the school year, talking about what he was going to be doing after school, and he is coming in tomorrow. And so I'm so excited to kind of catch up with him on a Faith Friday segment just to see how God's just moving in his life and just get an update from him. But he had messaged me about you. I want to say it's when I was at my school conference down in Knoxville, and I just forgot to get back with you. And he reminded me, he's just such a doll. We need to make him a producer or something and help me stay up to date on everything around town. But he had mentioned you to me, and I'm so excited because of the topic, pickleball. Because it has gone crazy in this country. I mean, in this county, people are just pickleball. And we have a Celebrate Recovery at Epiphany Baptist Church on Tuesday nights. And one of the things the kids love to do is they have the Landing, which is a teen group that's part of Celebrate Recovery, and they play pickleball. Yep. They play pickleball. Yep. And I get such a kick out of it. And now I've got this, I have a student that is a foreign exchange student, and she's from Indonesia, I think. And I asked her the other day, I said, do you play any sports? Well, I play badminton. I said, you need to learn pickleball because I hear it's similar. Is that true?
It is. It's there's definitely some badminton in there.
Okay. Well, I love that. So why are you connected with pickleball? What is the connection? Because apparently you're the pickleball guy, according to John. Tell me all about this.
I'm a tennis guy before I'm a pickleball guy.
Oh, okay.
So racket sports. I'm in the racket sports industry, if you will. But I've been playing tennis and teaching tennis for over the last 20 years. And then in the last couple of years, with the explosion of pickleball, people are beginning to ask, do you play pickleball? Do you teach pickleball? And now tennis coaches in our industry, we're being people want us to go ahead and get engaged with pickleball because people wanted to play pickleball. So we're being encouraged to pursue pickleball coach certifications and to get the game out there, and especially with beginners, to be able to get them started in the proper way. So about 2 years ago, I got my pickleball certification to teach, and I have been teaching some, but it's just been crazy, especially in the last year or so. All the people want to play pickleball. It's young folks, it's the older folks. It's just it's trendy, and people wanted to do that. So the place where I have been teaching tennis here in Robeson County, in Greenbrier, we have had 4 tennis courts for the last 20 years or so. And probably in the last few months, we've been thinking about we need to have pickleball here because people wanted to play. So we finally, over the last few months, we've been working on a dedicated pickleball area for the club. So this is not at the tennis courts, because most people that play pickleball, it's typically at parks and places where they put the lines down on tennis courts.
Okay.
But that creates a little bit of friction between tennis players and pickleball players. And we did not want that to happen.
Right.
So we established that we are going to have our own dedicated pickleball courts. And so we're finally opening that tomorrow. We've got 4 brand new dedicated pickleball courts at Summercrest Tennis Club.
And so where is that again?
Okay, so that's in Ridgetop.
Okay.
And again, we've been there with tennis for many years. So it's a place that if you're not familiar with the area, you don't know about it. But it's really the backyard of this couple that built the court some 20 years ago, and they just enjoyed the game of tennis so much they wanted to make it available to the folks in the community in Robeson County, and then so we decided that it's time for pickleball. So that's at the same place where the tennis courts are. That's where we have pickleball now.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so curious about it. My husband and I'll be 61 in December. He is knocking on the door of 60. He'll be 60 in December. And we need to be more active. And I've had a lot of people tell me that we need to either do tennis or something like that for our activity. We need to have something engaging that we're very intentional about, because we are both very athletic, but we've just been so busy. We've got to find something intentional, and tennis would be very good. But now, of course, with pickleball coming on, I'm curious about it and want to learn more. So several questions. First, I want you to kind of explain pickleball to me, but also now this facility, is it open to the public or do you have to have a membership? Is there any kind of requirements to come and participate?
Okay. Yes. So I'll answer the facility first. It is not a public facility.
Okay.
It started as such as some many years ago, but over the last 10 years, we created a not-for-profit organization that oversees the tennis facility. So we rely on members to obviously with their funds to maintain the facility. Now you can come as a guest, so in a way it's open to everybody, but we encourage folks to become members so we can use those funds to maintain the facility. Now for the opening this weekend, we're offering an open house, so anybody can come and play for free, and that's going to be tomorrow afternoon. The official opening is at 11:30. So we're going to have city officials. We're going to have the Robeson County Chamber of Commerce is coming. We're part of the chamber. Green Ridge Chamber of Commerce is going to be there. Our opening is going to be at 11:30. And then starting at 12 o'clock, we have open play. So it's Friday, the rest of the day, Saturday from 9 until 5 o'clock, open play, Sunday afternoon from 2 to 5. We want people to come in and if they haven't played, they can kind of try out. We're going to have some paddles available. I'm going to offer a beginner's clinic, so that's a little more instruction for those who have never played before or played very little, and that's going to be on Saturday at 10 o'clock, so from 10 to 11, and then Sunday again from 4 to 5. So those are clinics, free clinics, don't have to pay anything, and the entire weekend is open play.
Okay.
And then if you come and you enjoy it and you think, hey, this is something that I would like to do, I like to pursue, then we can look at membership options. We try to make it very affordable because we want people to enjoy the place. We want people to get going, to get active. That's what we've been doing with tennis, and that's the idea with pickleball.
I love it, and it makes me more and more curious about the racket sports because I really. Do you agree that it would be good for somebody like me? Now I know swimming is something that I'm an avid swimmer, and I need to do that more. That would be good, and that's of course a thing I need to do as I get older. But do you think that this is a good sport for somebody? I've got a lot of arthritis. I've had hip replacements. I'm going to need knee replacements. So is this something that I could do?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, what's really appealing, and you asked about to unpack pickleball before. What's really appealing about pickleball is that it's compared to tennis. It's very easy to get started, to get to a point that you feel like you're playing.
Okay.
Tennis, and I love tennis. I'm a tennis guy, but tennis is difficult. You're dealing with it's a big court. You've got a racket at 27 inches long, so it's hard to control. And so it takes months, if not years, for you to get to the point that you feel like you're playing tennis and you get to a point where you can actually enjoy it. With pickleball, it's different. It's appealing because you can get out there and probably in about 2 or 3 lessons or 2 or 3 hours just playing, you get a good idea of what you're trying to do, and you're playing. You're out there and you're playing, you're having a good time. And if you have 3 or 4 people at about the same level as you are, you're having a great time.
Okay.
So it's easier to learn. The learning curve is faster, and you feel like, hey, I can do this. The court is half the size. Typically, it's played double, so you're going to have a partner. And while you're being active, it's not all that intense. It can be if you get better and if you're trying to get to higher levels. But for you to get started and to feel like you're playing and you're enjoying the game, it doesn't take very long.
Okay. And I've got a little bit of, I'm just thinking about the different ways. I've got a little bit of concrete on my my property that I might be able to set up something to where I could practice even.
Yes, well.
It kind of sounds like that would be conducive to, I've got a little area that might be conducive to setting it up to play around with it myself. Now, I have so many questions. Okay, you say it uses paddles. Are they?
Correct.
Because I've seen the kids out doing this at Celebrate Recovery, but it's off in the distance, and I've never really, I'm going to have to go over there and watch them and see them do this. So the paddles, how big are they?
They're a little bit bigger than a ping pong paddle. Okay, so not nearly as big as a tennis racket.
Do you use a tennis ball?
No, you use a plastic ball. It's a hard plastic.
Okay.
And it doesn't bounce very high. That's another thing that's easier than tennis. Tennis, especially a brand new tennis ball, it produces a very high bounce, and you're backing up and balls are coming fast. So pickleball is slower. Balls are plastic. They have holes in the balls, and they don't move nearly as fast as a tennis ball.
So it sounds like a wiffle ball.
Yes, very, very similar to that. Court is smaller. 40 feet length is 40 feet, and it's 22 feet wide. So it's compared to a tennis court, it's half the size. So now you're talking about half of the size of a tennis court. You're moving around, you have a partner. Now you're going to be very active. There is a lot of, you kind of squat down to hit the ball because it's a low bouncing ball. And the goal is obviously you're trying to engage in a rally, get the point started, but the goal is to get to the kitchen line. And I can explain what the kitchen is. But the idea is as you progress, as you get better, is to hit more volleys, to hit more balls out of the air, because that's how you can be more powerful with your strokes, and that's how you can win more points.
Okay, I love this. This is fun. Okay, so my next question. You're doing your clinic on Saturday. Do I have to pre-register, or can I just show up?
No, just show up. The address there at the facility, so this is 1029 Lenox Avenue in Ridgetop, 1029 Lenox. And you can show up anytime during the weekend, but more specifically for the free lesson, Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday at 4 p.m.
How long will the lesson take?
This will be about an hour.
I have to go to a soccer game on Saturday, and I've already got so many things going this weekend, but I'm so curious about this. I would love to participate in a clinic, and I'm just trying, is there any way I can get there? Because that would be fascinating, is to learn it from somebody like you, who obviously knows what he's doing, and has come from, tennis, and you're certified, rather than have somebody go, well, I think these are the rules, because that's what you end up with a lot of the time, right?
Yes.
People go, well, this is how we play it. Well, how do you really play it?
Yeah. So the clinic will probably take about an hour, and we're going to go over the basic stroke production, how to hit the ball to the other side properly. Okay. There's not much to it, but there is a better way of doing it. Okay. We'll let people kind of play back and forth, and we'll explain the rules. And then after that, it's like you're playing, and I'll give some guidance. And then everybody's welcome to stay a little longer and continue to play if you have the time.
I love it. I love it. This is so much fun. Okay, I had a question. Oh, the size of the net. What's the size of the net?
Okay, so the size of the net is it's 22 feet long. So that's
what's the height?
33 inches. 33 inches. So it's a little shorter than a tennis net.
Okay, I guess that's why I'm thinking badminton for some reason.
Yeah, no, and it's down on the ground. So, so the net is. I want you to think of when you think of a tennis court and the net. It's very similar to that. The layout is very similar to tennis, but the way that you hit the ball has some ping pong and badminton in there. So, and then the idea, especially in badminton, the idea that you hit the ball out of the air in order to try to win the points. So it's a fun game. It's very active, and there is the kitchen rule, which is if you look at a pickleball court, you're going to see that the area that's closest to the net, that's 7 feet on each side. It's called, the official name is the no volley zone, because you're not allowed to hit the ball out of the air if you're in that area. And that's also known as the kitchen. Okay.
Get out.
So get out of the kitchen. That's correct. Yeah. So the idea is you advance up to the kitchen line. And then you're not supposed to hit volleys if you are in the kitchen. Now, if the ball bounces in the kitchen, you can go in the kitchen and hit it back, but you're not allowed to hit that ball out of the air while standing in the kitchen. So you're exactly right. The idea is to get out of the kitchen. You have no business in being in the kitchen.
It's beautiful. I love it. And I got to tell you, okay, yes, we could sit and listen to him talk all day. He's from Brazil. Oh my gosh, you've got such a lovely accent. How long? Okay, we're going to just jump off topic here. Okay, how long have you been in America? What brought you to America?
Okay, so I've been in the States since I was 18, so almost 30 years now.
Wow.
I came to play tennis. I was recruited all the way from Brazil. I was recruited to play tennis at UT Martin, one of our UT schools. Then while in school, I met this lovely lady from Springfield, and we got engaged, we got married, and I've been in Tennessee ever since.
That is wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. I just love these stories. As soon as you start talking, I'm like, just keep talking. Just keep talking. I just love it. But
thank you.
You've managed to keep the beauty of your accent, but I just always love hearing people's backstory. I went to basketball camp at UT Martin, and there were a lot of foreign students, and so and I'm wanting to say from Venezuela. I met a lot of Venezuelan guys, and just fascinating guys that I got to hang out with, and so I can just imagine. I got a feeling you were probably pretty popular when you got on campus.
Well, I don't know about that.
These guys were. I know. I can imagine. I know. I remember. Well, that's awesome. We're talking to Danny Castro, and he is the pickleball guy. So you've been teaching. You give tennis lessons. So what do you do professionally? I mean, are you a tennis teacher?
That's it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I used to. I have a business degree, and I taught a few business classes as an adjunct at Vol State for many years. And then the pandemic came, and kind of they did away a little bit with some of their adjunct staff. Right. But I've done tennis all my life.
That's amazing.
I really enjoy the game, and now enjoying pickleball.
Do you have some tennis players that are I'm assuming if you've got a kid and you're looking for a tennis coach, you're that guy, right? Is
yes.
that what you do? Is you coach a lot of these young people that are competing?
And I coach at a middle school and a high school. I'm the tennis coach for the middle school team for the high. So that's
Which ones?
Pope John Paul Prep School in Hendersonville.
Okay.
So my afternoons are basically I'm with the school now. It's our middle school season. Spring is our high school season.
Okay.
But mornings I work with. I've got some homeschool kids. I've got older people that want to. I've got some ladies that compete in different leagues throughout Nashville.
Okay.
So I'm staying busy with lessons at Summercrest most mornings, and then in the afternoons, and then on Saturdays I do private lessons as well.
That is so cool. I love that. And I love this story. You've got such a fascinating story.
Well, thank you.
This is so cool. And so I tell you what, let me do a break and then we're going to come back before we run out of time and just kind of recap what's going on this weekend as far as the timing on when they need to come, if they want the private lessons and all that. We mentioned Corbin Creek. So let's just jump over and let's talk about Corbin Creek. My friend, I love Miss Amy Corbin, Miss Jane Corbin out at Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. Because here's the thing. This right now, I'm just kind of giggling because I know we all love that crisp fall air, but she is just a hot weather person. She loves the heat. She loves when things are growing and thriving. And so I'm like, okay, Amy, you're going to have to get ready because it's going to start cooling off. And, you can go out there and kind of tease her about the cool weather because she is a hot weather person, but, she loves the beauty of all the seasons, and you can tell that when you walk into the greenhouse because this is a season for mums. So they've got their mums out. They had 5 different colors of mums, and while they last, because they will go very, very quickly, if you want to get mums and you want to get your pick, you better get on out there. They've adjusted their hours just a little bit. They're kind of getting into the cooler weather hours. They're 10 to 4 now, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 4, and 1 to 4 on Sunday. Of course, Farmers Market has ended the summer session of Farmers Market, so don't go out to the fairgrounds. We're getting ready for the fair, guys. Fair starts on Tuesday next week. I got Trent Cobb coming in here on Monday. It's going to unpack all the fair activities. We've already talked to Tommy Marsh about what's the music's happening at the fair, but so we don't have the farmers market out there during September, but then in October we'll have a couple of fall farmers market dates. Kind of keep in mind that those will be coming up. You can always go out and see Amy and everything going on at Corbin. Again, those hours are 10 to 4 Monday through Friday, 1 to 4 on Sunday. They have their annuals on sale at this time of the year. Getting ready for the cooler weather. Of course, you can get you've got great, now's a good time to put perennials in the ground, you guys. And then when spring happens, you're going to have that beauty just kind of popping up all over. Mums are perennials, guys, if you take care of them. So go and talk to Amy about how to do that and do that properly. Go into the store while you're there. Check out all the handcrafted items from her mom, Miss Jane. That's where all my pot holders and things like that come from now. That's where I get my CBD products that are locally produced. And they can just answer all your questions. They're at 4920 Highway 161, 4920 Highway 161. You can give them a call at 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. Always let them know U-Turn sent you. And we are talking with Danny Castro. This is the uncle to John Cohey, who's going to be coming in here tomorrow to fill us in on what's going on with his world. And it just tickles me. He's like, you've got to have my uncle in because it's about pickleball. And I absolutely, because I'm so curious about it. I'm just so curious about it. So unpack again the schedule, where it is this weekend, about how they can come out and learn all about it.
So again, all right. So this is Summercrest Tennis and Recreation Club in Greenbrier. And I'm going to give you the web address is summercresttennis.org, summercresttennis.org. And the website has all the information about the club. There's a neat history behind the name, and it's all there on the website. So we are opening our 4 dedicated pickleball courts at the facility, and tomorrow, Friday, we have the ribbon cutting ceremony at 11:30. And then starting at noon, Friday, noon to 7 is open play. Just come. Everybody's welcome to come and kind of have a try and play the game. Saturday, again, open house from 9 to 5. And then Sunday, open house from 2 to 5. And then I'm going to be offering a free clinic for beginners on Saturday from 10 to 11. And again on Sunday from 4 to 5. So we're excited. It's first dedicated pickleball courts in the county. We see often the pickleball courts on the tennis courts, and again, that's great, but these are dedicated pickleball. We have a particular area that's designated for pickleball. We're trying to kind of keep the separation between tennis and pickleball. So we want people to come and try out and give it a go, give it a try. It's a fun game to play.
I think so too. And I'm really kind of curious because, this weekend, one of the things I've got going on, which is up in the Greenbrier area, is we have the camp at Valley View. Our church is affiliated with that, actually founded it, but we have a Ukraine refugee camp going on this weekend. But we have all kinds of sports. We've got the sports area where they could do stuff. They could play pickleball.
Yes.
I wonder if
I know many
refugees would play pickleball.
Well, I know many churches are using some of their space, and especially the youth. I know our youth pastor has approached me to try and offer something at our church as well. And then also, I believe it's the weekend of October 1st. Ridgetop, the park, they're having. I think they have a festival or something going on, and we're going to set up a pickleball court there at the park in Ridgetop. Okay. And that's going to be Saturday. I believe it's October 1st. And
I'll check into that.
Okay, yeah, and then that's just going to be something at the park. Okay. We put the lines down, and folks can come in and try as well.
So if I want to get the equipment, the net, the paddles, all of that, where would you recommend I go? Do you have a place, a good source of equipment?
Well, we order our nets. One good place to go for pickleball is pickleballcentral.com. It's just an online retailer, and they've got all varieties of paddles. The nets, there are different types of nets that you can find, portable nets.
That's what I was thinking. Yes, portable.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, something that you can carry with you. A lot of folks do that when they go to places where they don't have the nets. They're available. They bring their own nets, and they're all range of prices and different qualities. But that's a good place to get started.
How would you put the lines down when you're doing something like that? How do you do the lines?
Okay, well you can just use regular masking tape or something that's you can easily peel off when you need to. Okay. You just look up the court measurements online.
Like painter's tape.
Yeah, it could be painter's tape. Yeah, something that's easy. Okay. Now, if you're looking for something that's more permanent, you can even paint the lines. Or what I do in my backyard with the kids, we have a little area there in our driveway. You just use chalk. You can get it chalk, and you go with chalk, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to do. It gets the job done.
You can measure it, and
you can measure. You can and just use chalk, and then when it rains, it's all
it's all gone.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I like that. Okay, I love this. This has been such good information, Danny. I'm glad to have a new friend, and thank you, John, for making the introduction. I'm gonna have to make him a show schedule or something. Yeah. Keep me up to date. I'm not kidding, John. When you see something, man, shoot me a text on it, and
you have to make him part of the staff.
There you go. I'm telling you, he's
love you, John.
I love him to pieces. He's so much fun, and that's one of the things I've missed seeing him in the halls at Greenbrier. That's one of the hardest things about being a teacher are these kids that you just fall in love with, and then they graduate. Graduate. You don't get to hang out with them anymore. So I'm excited that John's going to be coming in here, and I don't know that I can make it this weekend, but I'm going to talk to my husband and see because I'm super curious about it, and I'm super curious about this facility too. This sounds fascinating.
Yes. Yeah. It's and then we're coming in. It's a dead end road, and it looks like you're going to somebody's backyard, which that's what it is. You're going to see the White House, and then just follow the driveway. You'll see the tennis courts, and the pickleball area is going to be at the bottom next to the barn. So you'll be able to see the barn. You can't really see the pickleball courts from the parking lot, but just follow the driveway. There's parking for pickleball at the very bottom, or you can park right where the tennis courts are.
Okay, well, very good. And it's kind of like when I was telling you you're coming in here. This is an old house that kind of you're not sure you're coming to a radio station.
That's exactly right.
So it's going to be kind of the same thing for the tennis and pickleball. You're going to go into somebody's backyard that just loves the sport. I love it.
Exactly. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Anything we're missing that you think we need to cover?
No, I hope that many folks can come over and kind of learn what this pickleball thing is all about and have a good time.
Name the location again so people, in case they're just tuning in, where can they go to get the information about that?
Okay, all the information is on the website. And again, that's summercresttennis.org. or you
Summer SUMM
correct, as in the season,
summercresttennis.org.
Correct.
deal.
And it's everything is there about the facility. There's information about pickleball there as well.
Awesome. Nice to meet you.
Well,
Dean.
likewise, and
God
thank you so
bless
much for having me.
Thank you
I
so
appreciate
much. Be
it.
sure and tune in tomorrow when John's in here. So I'm going to go to a break and I'm going to let y'all make the switch. And so thank you again.
Okay, absolutely.
I'm going to have you come back in.
All
and
right.
give us an update.
I'll be glad to do that.
Give out your information if you're looking for a coach.
Okay, yeah, so my phone, you can call me directly. My phone number is 615-948-2331.
Do the number twice.
615-948-2331. You can call or text me, and my information is also on the website.
Very good. So if you need a tennis coach, here you go. Tennis or pickleball.
Pickleball.
You want somebody to come in and teach your family
yeah.
to do pickleball. I bet, that'd be a fun thing to do at a family reunion.
Yes,
You could do something like
Yeah,
that.
I've done lessons with families, and the couples, they bring their kids. I can keep the kids and adults entertained at the same time.
I love it. That's wonderful. Danny, so good to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Again. God bless. And we'll
Appreciate
make the
it.
switch. I'll let y'all just change out, let them come in, you head out while I'm doing my break. We'll talk soon. Thank you, Danny. And go and check it out. That's going to be a fun time. Let's go ahead and let's talk about one of our other sponsors. Let's head over and talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. I said one of the easiest ways really to find out everything that's going on. If you go Barry Richards Exit Realty, you're going to find his webpage. You need to do that because he has a new office in downtown Springfield, there on the square. He's the broker in Springfield. Becky is the broker up in White House, and they're part of the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. I talk about them being a team and working together, but he's like, no, we actually are in competition with each other. And it's so funny because they are in competition for who sells what. So, but if you go to their web pages, you can see the little search bar that will help you with your search, whatever you're looking for. You can hit it up there. Barry's got a little blog that talks about things you don't want to do. There's some blog posts there that talks about things you don't want to do when you're renovating your home because it'll hurt the resale value. They've got a historic link. They specialize really in getting historic homes. They've helped a lot of people find historic properties that they're looking for. He's the marketer, has that marketing background, came out of he was a media marketing vice president up in Nashville for over 17 years and is full-time now with real estate. They're a great couple to talk with. You can connect with them at sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buyrobertsoncounty.com, or you can just give Becky a call, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. Just Google them and find their web pages and see all their great listings. They specialize in Robertson County properties, but also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. I love seeing that acreage. A lot of people are like, I want some acreage, but I can't find it. Well, go talk to Barry and Rebecca, and they'll help you locate it, and they'll also help you move to Greenbrier so I can teach you kids. How about that? Be sure when you talk to them, make sure and let them know that U-Turn sent you. All right. Hello.
Good morning. How low was that conversation? Pickleball? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
What pickleball? What? Where? What?
Okay. Summer Crest Tennis is where they're having it this weekend.
Okay.
And it is a tennis club, but they're opening up pickleball courts. And Danny Castro is a tennis player. He's fascinating. He was so interesting. He's from Brazil, and he came to UT Martin to play tennis and married a Springfield girl. And so, I mean, he's just an interesting dude. I could sit and listen to him talk all day because he's got that cool accent. But he is a tennis coach, and he pretty much had to go into pickleball because everybody's.
It's taken the world by storm. I just got to notice Master Class now teaches pickleball classes, and so I played for the first time 2 weeks ago. Have you ever played?
No, it seems like it's tennis for people that don't want to move.
So that's why it's good for me.
Do you play tennis?
I play racquetball. I liked racquetball, but I didn't grow up playing tennis. But I did like racquetball, and so I'm joking, but I'm transitioning to pickleball at some point in my life. I just feel like I wasn't quite there yet. So
I'm there.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Bell, Greg Bell. He plays up the Y, and he was trying to talk me into playing, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready. But it's funny. We were at the beach, and they they had a tennis court there at the little condo or whatever, and they had pickleball marked inside the tennis court on both courts.
Yeah.
I never saw one person play tennis the entire week. The pickleball court stayed full, literally the whole week. There was people on the pickleball courts.
Well, see, and that's what Danny was saying is he works at this tennis club, and again, it's Summer Crest, like the season Summer Crest, and it's up in Ridgetop, and it's just these people's backyards that took over, that just kind of took over they wanted to have a tennis course because they love the game, and they started this tennis club, and it's a not-for-profit. I think he said it was a not-for-profit, but and so the people were coming in wanting to play pickleball on tennis courts, and the tennis people were like, because I mean, you got
There's a little bit of like snobbery there with the tennis people,
and so they decided they're going to have some pickleball courts, and so they're opening them up this weekend, but it's free this weekend if you want to come in and play.
Nice.
And Danny will teach you 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, and then I think he said at 4 on Sunday, so you can go in, and he's certified. I mean, number one, he's a tennis player from Brazil that got recruited to UT Martin.
I had an exchange student that was a tennis player from Brazil when I was growing up. And one of my good friends who's a physical therapist, he just released a course on how to prevent injury from pickleball. Apparently, there's a lot of pickleball injuries going on.
Is that it? That don't play?
It's like he was saying.
It's just like take it over. It's just amazing.
I'm just curious, and I know he's giving me the measurements, and I want to go home before I go to school and measure my concrete pad between my barns because I think we can put
it's not very big.
Come over play pickleball at your house, LaVern.
Very big.
Somebody asked if they're inside or outside courts on your thing.
They're outside. I mean, that's my assumption.
That was my assumption,
I'm pretty sure it's outside courts. And now the Autumn in the Briar is the thing we were trying to come up with the name. Wanda Cohey just said it is also a Saturday, but that's Autumn in the Briar, and that's coming up next month, I think. But we'll get some details on that. But I'm really curious, and I don't know if there's any way I can get there this weekend because I've got so much going on already, but I'm going to try because I really want to see what it's all about. And I tell you, he was saying there's a site where you can go and order pickleball stuff, and I'll have to go back and listen to that. I think it was like pickleball.com.
You can go to Walmart too, but the pickleball.com's for the serious pickleball players.
Okay.
I don't know.
I need a portable.
That's my mom that was commenting.
Oh, really?
Good morning, Mom. How are you doing?
You're funny.
Oh,
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Yeah.
Your mom's interested in pickleball.
What my aunts play. That's probably why she's asking. They're she's got twin sisters that are like pickleball champions down in Georgia or something. And I think they're
pickleball champions.
Like 70, maybe 71
That's
range.
so cool.
But they're really good. They've been doing it for a while. They stay really active. So and they're like killing everybody in their age bracket. So
well, see, that's one of the things. My husband and I, because we both have arthritis really bad, and one of the reasons why we have such bad arthritis is we've always been very athletic, and I mean, we've just always been real intense. I ran really well into my late 40s, and they told me not to, and it destroyed my joints. And it has really been a thing that we need to. What are you doing, Neil? I don't know what he's up to, but so
what's that?
So I don't know, but anyway. Yeah, you're blocking the stuff.
Okay.
So anyway, but anyway, so we have been knowing that we need to find something active to do to make sure that we can be able to stay active and stay fit. And so that's so funny. I love LU to pieces. He's so. Oh, okay, I got you, Danny. So anyway, but we want to be able to stay active as we get older. Swimming is a gift. That is because I'm a very good swimmer, an avid swimmer, but I don't really have any place to do it, and I do not want to build a pool because I don't want to have to maintain it.
Well, they have a really cute lifeguard at the YMCA.
Oh, is that your kid?
Yeah, it's my kid.
Oh, that's so cute. I was a lifeguard when I was a teen. Well, actually, in my early 20s, I was a lifeguard for many, many years. But and I love swimming, but you have to have a pool.
Yeah.
And I don't want the cost or the maintenance of one. I thought about getting an endless pool, and all those kinds of things. But what I really need to do is get into something like pickleball because it would be, like you said, you've got relatives that are in their 70s. So
and it's a place for your competitive, fire. You can play and compete, and I miss that too. And I played pickup basketball till I was in my 30s, and then at some point you just can't. Your joints can't handle it anymore. Injuries, I can't be laid up with broken leg and everything. And I actually played racquetball not because it was safer than basketball, but I broke my leg playing racquetball. So it slipped on a wet spot basically and snapped it in two.
Oh,
yeah. So anyway, like you can get hurt doing anything. Is my point.
Truly.
So, but I watched them play pickleball. It seems like it's good cardio. You're not like sprinting that much. I mean, you're kind of moving side to side a little bit, and then you get to compete and then play with a partner. It's fun.
Yeah.
So it looks like a fun. I will get into it at some point. I'm sure.
I'm checking it out. Checking it
But
out.
They're available everywhere. It's in Benton, Arkansas, where my wife's from. They have designated pickleball courts they built in the park there in Benton, Arkansas. Like the nice pickleball court. So it's literally everywhere you go.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Well, and at Summer Crest Tennis Club, that's happening this weekend. You can go and check it out, and I just think it's so much fun. I keep talking about this refugee camp that we have going on this weekend at Valley View. I want to say there's like 70 Ukraine refugees that are going to be at Valley View, and they are, they've got their, Jerry, bless him, from Veterans Motorplex, we'll be talking about their event this weekend, called and said, hey, bring them out to the races. That'd be cool. They've already got their plans through the weekend because they're just kind of coming together and just loving on each other because they're coming from several states just to comfort and encourage because, ones that could leave and come out of the country. There's a lot of them that can't. I've got friends that are over there that are not, he's of the age that he's not allowed to leave. And so, but some can. And so, we've got a bunch of Ukraine refugees. So they're coming together just to kind of just reconnect this weekend. And I got to thinking, I saw on their itinerary, they've got some events for the teens and all that. I thought, we need to get them some pickleball court. We need to set pickleball for them on the basketball court. I bet they would love that. But I just think, I really want to see if I can put it between my barns.
It doesn't take up that much space. It's smaller than you think. Yeah.
So it's like 22 by 44. I think he said.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
good exercise.
I'm gonna have the tape out when I get home.
We'll come out and play with you.
You haven't shown up yet.
I know.
I told her, I said, y'all need to come out and play in the creek.
We finally sold all our puppies, but there are two that are still living at our house until their owners either get back in town or the therapy dog. They're still waiting on doctor's note. And so anyway.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we're still puppy land, but we're getting there.
Who's getting your therapy dog? Can you say or can you not?
I don't know.
No, never mind.
I don't know.
I'm just curious. I think that's just such a beautiful thing.
I know you know them, but anyway.
Okay.
But we can talk later.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So anyway, but yeah. So that's kind of where we've been living the last little while. But
I had puppies. We had a litter of Newfoundlands because we rescued a breeding pair, and because the couple that got them, they wouldn't breed, and they're like, we just can't keep them, and we rescued them, and they were an amazing. And of course, the minute they got to my farm,
your farm was therapeutic.
Yeah. And then trying to find homes for all those dogs, it was fun, but it's a lot of work. A lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Well, congratulations on getting them all
breeders
home.
do it for a job.
Yeah, true.
Anyway.
So what are we doing?
Well, first off, I kind of want to talk about this really cool, next week we invited all the partners that report on any outcomes in Robertson County to a lunch and learn.
And report on what?
On outcomes. So they report that they're having some type of influence or success in Robertson County. So they're a nonprofit agency that maybe they're not based in Robertson County, but they are blessing the lives of our citizens.
Okay.
And I was really impressed when I added it up and counted it up, and it's 41 different agencies outside partner agencies of United Way. So this isn't even counting the agencies that are in Robertson County that are not partners. These are partners. 41, which is amazing, and way more than I thought. But then you also add in there that United Way has the Connecting Robertson County. We fund them, and we fund the free tax program VITA. So you also add in like the programs that we specifically fund 100%. And so we're getting close to like 45 different agencies that do work here in Robertson County, and everything from Redemption Ranch that has like therapeutic horseback riding to doing taxes to a lot of kid focused things. And so I just feel really, I wanted to bring that up because I feel really blessed that I get to see, like, sit back from this vantage point and kind of see the bird's eye view of everything that's going on in Robertson County, and see where we still have holes, where we still need to fill holes. We really want a nonprofit around childcare, we do a lot of things with mentoring kids, but we need some more childcare partners and early childhood education. So anyway, if anybody wants to start a nonprofit around that, come talk to me. So anyway, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to kind of see all the people that maybe some of these people haven't even been to Robertson County, but they still serve our citizens.
So when is that happening again?
It's next Thursday at the library.
Next Thursday, and what time again?
It's 11:30.
Okay, and this is the folks that are making a difference in Robertson County, and you can come and just kind of see all of it.
Yeah, contact me and let me know that this is the invites went out to all of our partners that are partners of United Way that are touching Robertson County. So that includes like the American Red Cross. They don't have a location here, but when somebody's house burns down here or whatever, then we have, the American Red Cross is doing work here, and so we have all sorts of people that are doing good work.
How many partners did you say that we have that do some type of service in Robertson? 41.
Wow. But that's not including the services we do in Robertson County, like VITA and the Family Collective and Laundry Love and stuff. It's not all not counting all those.
Stuff,
yeah,
all the things. Speaking of Laundry Love, when's the next?
That is
Love?
Friday.
That's this week. Yeah,
that is this Friday. We have Laundry Love tomorrow. So yes, please come out. Tomorrow, 8 to 12, we really could do some hands. 2 of our stalwart volunteers have other things going on that day. I'll be sending out an email to my normal email list this morning, and so that would be awesome. We also today, and normally I'm not here on the third Thursday. Is it third Thursday? No, it's the third Thursday. It's the second Thursday. That's why I normally am here on the second.
So
but not the third, but it's the third Friday. That's right. That's why I'm getting all mixed up. But we have Robertson County Prevention Coalition today at the library at noon. That is a group of citizens. We're kind of from all different walks of life. A lot of people, though, that are involved in the courts and the justice system that are trying to help prevent the opioid epidemic that we have here, from continuing to spread to the next generation. We got a lawsuit, money from opioid, from Johnson & Johnson, from pushing opioids in our community. And so, it's not anybody's fault. You know what I'm saying? But it's here. We have an epidemic here. And so we need to make sure that epidemic doesn't spread to the next generation. And so if you're concerned about the youth at all in our community, for continuing to have healthy, happy, good lives, please come to the library today at noon for the Robertson County Prevention Coalition.
I love it.
So
we're good. And what do you go?
No. I was just going to say, as far as the partners, that's a great opportunity, and I always look forward to that because the scope of our work, I'm learning constantly. I had a meeting with one of our new employees yesterday and was talking about her work, and it's the United Way is involved in so many different areas that I'm constantly learning, and so when I'm going out and talking to companies, just so I can feel somewhat informed, but it feels like, and it's ever changing as well because we change with what the community needs, and so it's just a really cool opportunity to talk to our partners, and definitely looking forward to that. So,
and the employee who was talking to me yesterday, a lot of people don't know that we run a Ryan White program. So for the AIDS epidemic, most of us think AIDS has kind of up and disappeared, and it hasn't. And there are a lot of people that are still in that space doing really good work around that. So
I love it. Yeah. So we're talking with Brian Pulley and Tiffany Thomson. They are with United Way. They come in at 7:30 on Thursdays just to kind of update us on all the nonprofit action. I say they're the bridge builders of the nonprofits, like the Chamber is a bridge builder to the businesses. And I appreciate you guys coming in. I tell you, let's go ahead and let's pause and talk about Highland Rim. Well, I say Highland Rim Speedway because if you want to know what's going on with Veterans Motorplex, that's where you need to go on social media, is to the Highland Rim Speedway page, and you'll see the big banner that says Veterans Motorplex. And Jerry Criswell took that over, and it's just an amazing facility. It's family friendly. There's no alcohol. If you want to go to a place where you know it is going to be family friendly, this is it, and this is a really good weekend to go and check it out because they're going to have 3 big events this weekend. Now, I want to remind you, all the family passes and freebies and all that, that's not valid this weekend. You cannot use that because this is such a big event. They're racing the big tractor-trailer trucks. The big rig trucks. I can't even imagine seeing those go around that track. It's going to be so stinking cool. So they've got events on Friday. The gates open at 4. I think racing starts at 7, if I'm not mistaken, but the gates open at 4 on Friday night. They're going to have live music from 5 to 7 Friday night with my friends Amy and Adam Pope are going to be out there performing live. You heard Adam came in on Monday morning and did his 9/11 memorial song. And so they just kind of hit it off. I kind of thought they would. I told them, I said, in the back of my mind, I kind of wanted to get them together for that very reason. And yes, Adam and Amy are going to be performing Friday night for the Saturday matinee and Saturday night out there right before racing starts. But they're also going to have the deal where I'm trying to think what it's called, where they have the racetrack set up for the kiddos to get out and run the remote controls on those tracks. And I'm trying to think what it's called. But anyway, it's like, I can't remember, but it's it's like in this one of the buildings out there, but it's the big track that the kids can run the cars on, kids and adults too. But you can absolutely do that. And then they're going to have the big trucks racing around the track. And again, it's happening 3 times: Friday evening, midday Saturday, and then Saturday evening, as they always do. So you've got to get out to the races. Come out and support this amazing venue. Jerry is such a great guy. They're doing such a wonderful job out there at the old Highland Rim Speedway. It is Veterans Motorplex on the Rim. Want to invite you to come out all weekend long, Friday night, Saturday matinee, and then Saturday evening. If you've got questions, you can call 615-643-8725, 615-643-8725, or just, show up. 6801 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier, 6801 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier. Always tell them that U-Turn sent you. And remember, too, they've got discounts for they got ticket discounts for students, ticket discounts for teachers. So you can, check that out as well. And those, you can get discounts in that regard this weekend, but you just got to talk to them at the gate. So there you go.
Cool. It's very cool that it's a family-friendly atmosphere, not to worry about dealing with a bunch of people being crazy and bringing kids out. There's not a lot of places you can do that anymore where you can kind of feel good in that. So
great concession stand, come out and eat and have just a fun time.
That's nice.
I can't imagine driving the tractor trailers around there. We drove the service sleigh around the track once, and that was pretty big. My big old 12-passenger van.
Oh, that's fun.
How fast did you get it up to?
I don't know. Josh was the one driving. I didn't pay attention. But this was back when they were a stop on Experience Robertson County a couple of years ago, and they let you take your car out there and drive around it. So we're in there in our big, we also call it the egg carton because it's white and holds 12. So, we're out there in a big old thing. So
did you get it up to 40?
I might have gotten up to 40.
That's so funny. I can remember one time, this is back in my radio days, we were doing some kind of a remote event at a go-kart track.
Oh, fun.
And me and the guy that was doing afternoons, we did the shows together. And so Brad Staggs, and he's the one that worked with me at the Blaze. But so we're out there and we're going to race each other. And I'm pregnant. I'm like, I'm like a good 6 months pregnant. And I'm out there in this go-kart, and he at the end of it, he's like, I had to go so slow to keep from just blowing you away. You're such a win. I'm like, well, shh.
Yeah.
But I was like, you think you're going so fast.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
protecting a life here.
Yeah, it's like I'm pregnant.
Right.
Leave me alone.
Should get a pass.
But, exactly. But I was not going very fast apparently. He teases me about that to this day. He's like, that was so slow. That was so... But anyway, so what else have we got to talk about?
I have one thing. We are hiring for a position, and it will be primarily serving. We merged with the United Way of Montgomery County last year.
Right.
And so we have basically doing what I do on the fundraising side, but serving primarily Montgomery County and Dixon County. And so if you know of someone or you're interested yourself, please give me a call, 615-780-2401, 615-780-2401, or just email me, Brian, Brian.Pulley, Pulley at UnitedWayGN.org. And we will, you'll be working with me a lot. I'm helping in that area as well. And so we're trying to get a good person that ideally would have some connections or know about the Clarksville community and Dixon too, but primarily the Clarksville community because there's a lot of business up there and there's a lot of opportunity we feel like to do some good work there. So if you know somebody's interested or you interest yourself, give me a call. We'd love to talk to you. Yeah,
you've got some old radio people up there that used to service commercial accounts. They know everybody.
That connections is a big point, and being willing to get out, get involved in your community. community, be involved in the chamber, be involved in, Kiwanis, Rotary, civic organizations, get out in the community for community events, and then just, making those connections so that we not only can raise funds, but educate the public up there about what we're doing. They're doing a lot of good work in the Montgomery County and the Dixon County area. And so
Right.
just the opportunity to educate those people.
With
So
the proximity of Fort Campbell and all
Yeah,
that. I mean, you
yeah.
just get the opportunity. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Tons of
And it's
things.
growing like crazy.
It's-
Maybe you
Oh,
can get
yeah.
a
Fast-growing
Buc-ee's
county.
account out there.
yeah, get Buc-ee's. Yeah. Have some beef jerky. Yeah.
Love it.
But if you're interested, give me a shout.
Hey, real quick, we were asking about this thing that's going on in Greenbrier, this fall event. It's actually this weekend. So, Autumn in the Briar, Wanda Cohees just put up, is actually this Saturday, 8:30 to 3 p.m. So we'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow with John in here. But the Greenbrier Historical Society, Library and Museum are all putting it on. So go and check all that out. That is this weekend, 825 West Collins Street in Greenbrier. And again, this is Autumn in the Briar this Saturday, 8:30 to 3. Go and check that out. And this is just all good. We're going to keep you busy this weekend. It's going to be a beautiful
It'll be
weekend.
gorgeous, too.
Yeah, is it going to be? I haven't looked at the weather. I'm
Nice.
hoping.
And
I'm
like
hoping.
80
I'm just
today.
counting on it.
Like
I'm counting
kind of
on it.
like this from what I can see,
I
cool
hope.
in the morning and then 80
Good.
during the day. Have a jacket in the morning, take it off, feel short
Yeah,
sleeves in the
that's
afternoon.
cool.
Yeah,
I love
great
it.
time of year.
They have a library out in Greenbrier. It's in an old house, and they're doing a sale. They're selling off some of their old books. So if you're a book lover like I am, I found it the other day. It's 1,000 books to have your own library, and I think we're almost there at our house. So
Are you there? You can have the Thompson Library.
we could have
Neighborhood library.
Yeah. So I need. Well,
Love it.
we don't lend them out. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm probably am not far behind you. I got books everywhere.
Yeah, we've
Books
got
everywhere.
We've got a library dedicated room. Well, it's also my office, but then we also have bookshelves in like the dining room, the family room. Anyway,
We're
so
working on that. I want. We're going to go down a rabbit hole here, but I want to do a library on my property somewhere too. Because I love books. I love them.
me too.
And I just don't think they get the respect they need. I do digital reading too, though, so I'm very.
There's the nice thing about digital is it's lighter to carry around and it's always with you, and but your batteries go out and there you go.
There you go. What are you
Boom.
gonna do? All right.
Yep.
What else we got to talk about, guys, before we run out of time?
That's a good question. We got a lot going on right now. We're pulling together. We're going to be this is what I need to talk about. So the Health Council is putting out a survey, a health survey for the whole community. Please, I can link it on here later, but we really want as many people as possible to take this survey to know what the health needs. And when I'm talking health, I'm not just talking about, physical health. I'm talking about mental health. I'm talking about drug use and abuse. We're trying to figure out what holes we have in our community so that we can help address those needs. And so we're pushing that out through the Health Council. So if you see, and there's going to be a couple of giveaways for people who take it. So we're going to be doing a couple baskets, drawings of a couple baskets. And so, but we want everybody to take it. And then also another thing that United Way is doing is we're going to be pulling together some stakeholders. So we want to pull together like some of our government leaders, some of our parents, some of our, in different kind of groups and really talk to them about what they're seeing, what are our needs. Cause I can walk around and see my little world and I know what's going on in my little world and what I see. And I consider myself a pretty observant person, but it's not until we get all these voices together that are saying, hey, this is a problem, that we can really start to make a change. And so that's one of the things that we're actually going to be working on a lot. So if you see me out asking a lot of questions from here until the end of the year, it's because I'm really trying to tap into the voices of the community. And I want to make sure I hear the voices of the Latino community and all the different diverse groups that we have here. I want to hear from the people who are running the government, but I want to hear about the people who are being, that are living in our makeshift shelter camps and stuff. And so I want to hear from everybody. And so that's really what I'm going to be spending a lot of my focus on the rest of this year is amplifying those voices, gathering data so that we can put together a comprehensive needs assessment for our community.
I love that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I honestly, there's so many things we don't have time to really get into this, but there's been a lot said about the rankings of our schools, right now, and as a teacher now, I take it very personally. But the thing that I encourage people to do is, if you really want to make a difference in our schools, make a difference in the lives of the kids. These tutoring programs. Raise your hand.
Great
Cannot say
example.
enough about that.
Big Brothers, Big Sisters, CASA, all those are mentoring programs for kids. Yep.
Because as we come together as staff, we were challenged by our principal yesterday. Okay, what are the things that you can control and what are the things you can't control? The thing that I can't control is what's happening in the homes. Can't control that. And I think that is the biggest single factor to what is contributing to our low score numbers
100%.
in Robertson County. Because you've got, God bless them, kids that come in that just do not care. And they're not getting that from the school system. They're getting that from their home life. And you just want to love on them and help them find that way to care. And there's only so much the teachers can do. So if you really want to change the ranking of Robertson County schools, change what's happening in these homes and start getting involved in the Isaiah House, Open Door. I mean, the list goes, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Raise Your Hand, all these things. You want to make a difference in the schools, that's something that you can do that I believe changes the game.
Preach.
Period.
Preach.
So anyway,
talk to them.
I'm sorry.
No, good. That's good.
I had this note sitting on my
that's
desk
good.
when I walked
There's
in
so many
here
ways
about
to
the
get
charter
involved.
School program. God bless you. I love you.
Yeah.
But it was like, have you seen this, LaVern? Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I get involved in the lives of kids.
Yeah, there's so many
That's what makes the
opportunities. And you can start out.
That's what makes a difference.
There's a reading buddy program through the Board of Education. It takes 20 minutes a week. Like that, I did that last year. That's a toe dipper, right? Just to get in. It's just 20. It was 20 minutes on a Friday. I spent reading. We read 3 or 4 books to 2 kids. I got to know them throughout the year. And it's just a foundation for them to. And the little girl, like I brought some books from home. I thought she might like because I found it, and she looked forward to that every week. Like that's just
amazing.
And it's like 20 minutes.
I know.
I'm talking about there's opportunities to raise your hands. Obviously, an hour a week, and then there's Big Brothers, which is a little more. So you can kind of ramp your way up if you want to get involved.
CASA is only 10 hours a week.
CASA, thank you. I knew I was going to forget one.
yeah.
CASA. Oh my gosh. CASA.
So many ways, and if athletics is your thing, I know the flag football team is launching a
Such
mentoring
mentors,
program.
yes.
So
Go coach a team. Go help. Just help coach a team.
Yeah.
Like
Just
that's
love a
it.
kid,
Yeah.
man. Love a kid.
Some of my best mentors growing up were coaches that were involved in my life, and I had a good home life. But I'm saying like they just having that positive male role model, that's a huge deal for young boys, young girls, same deal. So yeah, plenty of ways.
Tons of them. And any parting thoughts because we're out of time.
No,
All right.
that's it.
Love you
Happy
guys.
fall.
You always make my day.
Yes,
Love
ma'am.
talking to y'all.
Yes,
and thank
ma'am.
y'all
Same
for all
here.
the help with school supplies and all that.
yeah.
You just helped us so much. My husband's such a good teacher. If anybody has a good program about time management that they can help me with, don't send me a book to read because I don't have time. But if you've got something I can just listen to help me with time management, I need to just watch my husband because he's so good. But you helped him so much get his classroom organized
good.
exactly like he wants it, and he just knocking it out of the park. But anyway,
Good.
proud of you, honey. And
Just
thank
do
you
what your
guys.
husband does. That's it. Just follow his lead. That's it. That's it. That's how you have to do.
You don't. Okay, he's gonna say. Did you hear him?
do not be a clone of your husband. You don't need to be a clone of your husband.
I had to say as a joke.
Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for being a part of what we have going on here. This is 1100 WSGI. Join us tomorrow. Check out the United Way. They're awesome here. Go and see them all. And join us tomorrow for Faith Friday. I got John Cohey coming in here. You will be blessed. This is again 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a great day.